Hi guys, welcome back to this video. So friends, in this video, I'm going to discuss a very important topic which is a concern for many of finance professionals and the finance aspirants, right? And why I'm saying so, because when I'm taking workshops on the finance, many of my candidates comes to me and they ask the question, okay, sir, whatever we are doing in the workshop, is this still relevant? Because AI can do most of the things these days, right? So are we still relevant in the current scenario? So guys, I'm going to discuss this topic in very much detail in today's video. Now, what AI can do? First of all, AI is not going to replace most of the jobs in finance domain. Okay, so but let's talk about what sort of jobs can be replaced by AI, and then we'll talk about what sort of jobs cannot be replaced by AI. Okay, now what sort of jobs can be replaced by AI? Guys, AI can replace process-oriented and rule-based jobs. Okay, jobs which does not require much of interpretation, much of human mind. Okay, so what kind of jobs they can be? So first of all, the most of the accounting related jobs like bookkeeping, accounts, receivables, payables kind of recordings, right? Recording entries in the books of accounts, P&L, balance sheet. So these kind of jobs are pretty process oriented, and there are many AI tools. And in fact, if I talk about the specific tools like SAP automation, QuickBook AI, these are the tools, these are the softwares which are already working on it. They can read invoice, they can post entries in the books of accounts, right? So I can see there is a risk to the jobs of accountant going forward. I'm not saying they are going to eliminate completely, but yes, the requirement will shrink, okay, over the period of time. The second kind of jobs which can be replaced would be the credit analysis related jobs. When it comes to looking at the financials of the client before you lend money to the client, right? Looking at the historical transaction pattern of the clients. These days AI can do most of the things, right? They can read the transaction history and they can do the credit assessment of the client, and many fintech companies are already in this domain where AI can do the credit assessment and they can approve the loans instantly. Okay, so here obviously people who are into basic process of credit analysis, their job is definitely at a risk. Now the third type of jobs which can be at a risk could be of like basic tax filing related processes, like when you file ITR, right? So there most of the things are automated, right? Process oriented. So where AI can do many things, right? Now friends, the third type of jobs which can be replaced and which have already been replaced by AI is, trading part. So as a basic trader, definitely your requirement of putting orders manually in the system, that thing is totally eliminated, okay? Because we have seen these days, this is an era of algo trading. This is an era where the AI can understand the pattern and they can execute the trade on the behalf of the client, right? So definitely those kind of jobs are slightly irrelevant these days. Fourth kind of jobs, audit related jobs. So guys, if you know, like audit is where we used to put, people, auditor on verifying the transactions which happened in the past, and they do the sampling. Okay, they just check a couple of samples, invoice, vouchers, etc., to see, okay, things are normal and there are no suspicious activities which is happening in the company. But now these days AI tools can do the 100% scanning of the invoices, 100% scanning of the transactions. So whatever efforts which were required from the auditor side in the audit process, now those efforts have come down substantially, and accordingly the requirement for the auditors has also come down. Okay, so this is again a process oriented job, and this is obviously is gonna to be shrink. Now the another kind of other job which I can see, which can be at a risk, tax related matters where you do some basic calculations in the taxation, tax filing, etc. Those jobs are also at a risk. And in fact, when it comes to drafting appeals and replies for the in the taxation matters, again there people are taking help of chat GPT and other AI tools. So their efforts have come down substantially, right? So these are the kind of jobs where I can see impact. Impact is already felt, and we can see more impact in the coming days, okay, because of the AI thing. Now friends, let's talk about what kind of jobs which are not at a risk because of AI. Jobs where you need to apply your mind, right? Where interpretation is more important than calculations. Just to give you a couple of examples here. So as a financial analyst, right, or as a banker, your job is not at a risk, because here you need to understand business, you need to understand company's financial need, and then only you need to offer a solution here, right? So AI cannot completely understand the situation, right? Completely understand the business of the company. For example, if I'm advising a company on acquisition, I need to understand the basic requirement of the company, why company want to do acquisition, how the particular acquisition is beneficial to the acquiring company in terms of synergies, and what would be the cultural mismatch between the acquiring company and the target company. All these things cannot be assessed by the AI, right? So there you need to have a human intervention. Okay, so these kind of jobs are not at risk. The second kind of jobs is client facing role, where you are supposed to deal with the client, you are supposed to advise client, right? So those roles are also very safe, okay, and they are not exposed to any risk because of AI thing. Third type of jobs could be, guys, strategy related roles. Okay, so at a senior level or strategic roles, AI cannot replace human, right? You need people who can understand emotions, who can understand the situation, who can understand the business requirement, and accordingly offer the solution, right? Fourth kind of jobs, guys, could be maybe the investment advisory, maybe the private equity funds related jobs, where again, so interpretation is more important than calculation. Your understanding about the business is more important than calculations. So these are the couple of jobs, and there can be many more, so which are not at a risk. So if I can say net, jobs which are more process oriented, where less of the application of mind but more of rule based jobs or process based jobs, they are definitely at a risk. But the jobs where you need to apply your mind, right, where you need to apply your analysis, those jobs are definitely not at a risk. Now friends, how you should prepare yourself, for the coming days, that risk is coming, in every industry. So how you should differentiate yourself with others, and how you protect your career. So start focusing more on, building a core skill set, right? Start understanding the business, start understanding the interpretation of the number rather than focusing on the calculation, right? Start learning AI tools as well, I'll say, because these days you have to get couple of things process very fast with the use of AI tools, and there are many AI tools which are used in the finance domain also, right? So start understanding those tools. So you have to stay relevant for the industry, and definitely you would have more rewarding career in the finance domain, rather than you should worry about AI is going to eat your job. Okay guys, so I hope I could explain you the basic difference between what kind of jobs could be at risk and what kind of jobs which are safe from AI. And you can choose your career, you can choose what sort of skill set you need to acquire to make yourself immune to this AI thing in the market. So friends, what do you think? What kind of other jobs which can be at a risk because of the AI, which I could not cover in this video? So please put this in the comment. Till then guys, stay tuned, stay connected. Goodbye.